shout. So we're back in the crib now, and I have to give a huge shout out to All the Right for the raffle W, as well as the Concierge 23 experience. It was amazing to be picked up by a Ferrari and be driven straight to All the Right and have that whole Concierge 23 experience where they had the bodega, the sneakers inside the store. We had the guy with the white glove experience handing me the shoes and all that type of stuff. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get that recorded, but it is what it is on that. So now, guys, definitely be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell, because your boy is putting in the footwork, entering every single raffle possible, as well as doing video entry submissions to just have a chance to get these sneakers early for retail. So again, make sure that you smash that subscribe button. And if you're already subscribed to the channel, definitely be sure to share with your friends and family and all that, because we want this channel to grow and continue to hit those milestones. So now with that being out of the way, guys, let's just get right into what you came here for, which is none other than the Air Jordan 1 High 85 Bred or band, whatever you want to call it. And I have to say, guys, that this sneaker is an absolute smash. And it gets me really excited for my favorite pair of Air Jordan 1s that should be coming out this year, which is none other than the Royal Blue Air Jordan 1. So again, the quality, the craftsmanship, the material, the quality control, no issues on the sneakers, no scrapes, no cuts, no glue stains, nothing. So I do love what they did here. That's where you get into that issue with mass production, because if you're making 100,000, 300,000, 500,000, or a million pair of these sneakers, that's where you start seeing glue stains, you start seeing inconsistencies with the stitchings. But on this specific pair, at least for mine, quality is immaculate. So with this being out of the way, guys, let's just briefly go over into the box details. This definitely feels bigger than the standard Air Jordan 1 OG boxes that we be getting with the regular OG colorways, like with my 2013 pair. This is still a size 8 box, but it wasn't as big as this box right here. But anyways, on this side, we have an oversized Nike logo. Then we have a smaller Nike logo right there. The same thing follows suit on this side, as well as this side. And then finally, we do have a sticker tag right there. And it does read off as Air Jordan 1 High 85, and the colorway shown is black, varsity red, and white, which definitely, when you look at the Bred colorways, that's exactly what it is. And then I went with my true to size of a size 8. And when it comes to the sizing of this sneaker, I 100% recommend to go with your standard true to size. So even if you're narrow footed, if you're semi-wide footed, if you're super wide footed, go with your true to size. So anyways, now when taking off this lid right here, we just have our standard white wax tissue paper wrapping the shoes and all that type of stuff. With this being out of the way, let's just get right into the history of the sneaker. Looking at the story of the Air Jordan 1, Nike is doing their 40th anniversary promotion, and that's why we're starting off with one of the greatest sneakers of all time. But long story short, Michael Jordan wore a pair of black and red airships. Pretty much the NBA fined Michael Jordan, I think, $5,000, which was definitely a lot of money, especially back in 1985. For wearing those black and red sneakers, because they had more strict uniform rules as opposed to today. Because of that, Nike was able to use that fine as an amazing marketing tactic to actually boost the Air Jordan and Nike brand. So pretty much that created the band mythos and is what made this sneaker one of the greatest historical sneakers of all time. Also, due to this controversy, it led to the Chicago Air Jordan 1s being made, because in order for this sneaker to be worn on the court, it needed way more white, and that's why we got the Chicago colorway. And for me, it isn't my personal favorite, but that is absolutely undoubtedly the greatest Air Jordan of all time, honestly. I know this is definitely up there. Pretty much all of the OG ones are amazing, but the Chicagos, man, I really hope that they do an 85 variant of that, which I'm assuming that they are going to do, but I don't know when we're getting it. Hopefully they release this year, maybe on Christmas or something, but it is going to be hard with the release schedule that Nike and Jordan Brand has. Anyways, I really love the band promo that they're doing for this 40th anniversary. I think that Nike and Jordan Brand heard all the people talking, and they're really going heavy with the marketing, to be honest. And one more thing that I do want to mention is, although there are 10,000 pairs and I think 23,000 worldwide, I think a lot of more stores are going to be getting these pairs, because what we've seen so far is that 23 stores did the white glove experience, as I've shown you guys with All the Right and the other stores that were selected. But I'm starting to see a lot of neighborhood stores pop up with having these Breds in hand. So I think there actually may be more than 10,000 pairs. I'm not 100% sure. Or all the 23 stores that was mentioned barely got any stock, and now they're divvying it up into like the concepts, the exhibitions, the other stores that don't have the white glove experience, but that still has like a tier 0 or tier 1 Nike contract or whatever. So with that being out of the way, guys, that concludes the history of the sneaker. So now let's just get right into the details. And I have to say, details, details, details. The colorway, again, is amazing. The craftsmanship is amazing. They actually fixed the toe box shape in comparison to the other high 85s that we got over the past 5 years or so, which is great because a lot of people were complaining about the shape of the toe box, but I think that they definitely got it right this time. So when looking at that toe box, we have this nice thick red leather toe box right here. Then when going towards the top of the shoe, you can see that there are two laces right here. So we have this black lace right here as well as this red one. Then going towards the tongue now, it is in this black nylon colorway. However, in comparison to the standard Air Jordan 1s, this is extremely padded with that kind of age foam. So when you pop this out right here, you can kind of see that nice age sail colorway. Then when going towards the top of the tongue tab, you can see this black and red Nike Air logo, which looks absolutely phenomenal. Then when going towards the opposite side of the tongue, you can see the sail foam that I was just talking about. Then when going towards the inside of the ankle area, I do want to mention that this is actually extremely padded, which leads to extreme comfort. It's way more padded than your standard Air Jordan 1, and it feels so great when you wear it on foot. But also when you look onto the medial side of the inside, it actually does have this code right here. So pretty much with this first number, it is your size tag. So if you wear a size 12, a size 8, a size 9, that's going to be the first number you see. So since I got this in a size 8, that's why the number has that 8. Then it has the year, the month, and the date that it was manufactured, as well as the factory code, which on mine does say XC, and I'm assuming that's somewhere in China that it was made or whatever. Then focusing onto the lateral side of the shoe right here, we do have this beautiful high 85 shape, which looks absolutely phenomenal, and I do love the shape overall. However, I do have one critique that I'll get to in a second, but let me just focus onto this quarter panel detail right here. So we do have this very beautiful, thick, nice black leather in the quarter panel area, and something that I found out, which actually surprised me, this isn't thick leather. They actually used a synthetic leather on the Nike swoosh, which is pretty interesting to note because overall they do have high quality leather that is being used on the sneaker. But upon my research, I heard that on the original 1985s, it was all real leather. However, the same swoosh was a synthetic leather. So that was pretty interesting to note. Then we're moving towards the top of the shoe now. We do have this beautiful Air Jordan Wings logo right here. And I love how it just stands out because it has that embossed detail on it. And it just has this very nice touch to it because it looks like it's inside the shoe, but it is sticking out and you could just feel that to the touch. And then here comes my only critique with this Air Jordan 1 High 85 look. Obviously, it's one of the best iterations that we've gotten for the 85 line. However, I just don't know why they added this curve. I think it was something that they mentioned back in 1985. There wasn't a consistent ankle collar shape. But honestly, if I was to choose any ankle collar, I would have had the higher ankle collar. And then when going towards the back heel area of the shoe now, we have this really interesting shape right here. So as you can see, it doesn't have that standard hourglass shape that we are used to with the Air Jordan 1s. This kind of gives like a Y shape where it's wide at the top and then slimmer at the bottom. And if you actually look at the midsole right here, this back heel area does look extremely smaller in comparison to the other Air Jordan 1s that we have seen in the past. And I'm going to get into that in a second, but let's just focus onto the medial side pretty briefly. And pretty much the medial side looks exactly like the lateral side, so there's nothing really to report on there. So when focusing back onto this midsole, the reason why it looks so strange in comparison to the standard Air Jordan 1s that we are used to is due to the fact that they actually conformed the shape of this midsole to your actual foot. So instead of having that very standard flat midsole that we are used to, it has these kind of curves and grooves. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that through the camera, but it does have this very nice shape to it. And obviously when you put on the sneakers and you tie them up a little bit, you can see more of that groove shape right there. And I think that it actually looks really great. And this is probably what is contributing to that more comfortable feel because it goes more with the shape of your foot instead of being this flat, hard surface that you are just essentially wearing. Then looking a little bit deeper into the midsole, you can see that we do have all these different prints right here. And pretty much one of the biggest things that they marketed with this Bred High 85 is the fact that they took a lot of samples of the original High 85s. They cut some of them up. They did CT scans. They did 3D scans of every individual part of the shoe. And they were very meticulous and intentional with their design. And finally, when going onto the outsole of the shoe right here, we have our standard Air Jordan 1 outsole. So we do have that unique and beautiful traction pattern, which is probably one of the best traction patterns ever made, to be honest. And then finally, guys, before we conclude this review, I want to show you the final detail, which is this beautiful insole right here. This isn't a polyurethane insole, it's just a standard thick and firm insole. Something else to note is the fact that we do have this nice red Nike Air logo right here, and one hidden Easter egg that we have right here, which is written in Mandarin, states of excellent quality. And this was something that they used to put onto the inside of the footbed of the Air Jordan 1. So literally you would have to cut this open in order to see it. And it was kind of like this insider thing that if you made the sneakers, you would know. And very smart on Nike's part for putting it on the bottom of the insole now instead of on the inside of the shoe, just to show how crazy they went with the details of the sneaker and how they inspected every single corner, crevice, and material that was put onto the sneaker. And pretty much with that being said, guys, that's gonna conclude the history as well as the details of the shoe. So now let's get right into this on for look, all right? right, y'all, so that's gonna conclude the review as well as the on for look, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video as much as I did making it for y'all. Definitely let me know what you think about the Air Jordan 1 High 85 band. Guys, is it an amazing shoe? Are you rocking with it? Are you not rocking with it? Obviously, by the end of this review, you can tell that I'm definitely a big fan of it, and it's just making me more excited for the future High 85 colorways to come. I need to see that Chicago, I need to see that royal blue, and I need to see that shadow colorway on this shape of the sneaker, man. Hopefully Nike sees this video and they add a ½ centimeter to the ankle collar area. That's all I need, and I think this will be the perfect Air Jordan 1 High 85 recreation. But let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. And other than that, y'all, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. If you already subscribed to the channel, guys, make sure that you share with your friends and family and all that, because in order for this channel to grow, I need y'all to help me hit those milestones. And pretty much with that being said, y'all, I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.